What's happening? What's going on, YouTube?
The Mechanics.
So let me start off by saying I'm doing 2 projects today, and things are starting to go bad already. But I'm gonna progress and continue to do. Yeah, y'all like that, huh? Continue to do the project anyways because I'm already here. Yeah. So what we're gonna be doing is I have a unboxing, and it's an unboxing and it's also an investment because I live in Arizona. It's extremely hot, and as well as my upper radiator hose is already starting to swell on me, and I can actually feel a crack right here. It's super soft right here. Super soft, and as you can see, it's kind of swelling in this area and this area. So I see it as investment. You guys might see it as an upgrade, whatever. If I think it's an upgrade, then I'm spending money for no reason. If it's an investment, then I'm spending money to invest, i.e. travel. Anyways, the other thing is an actual upgrade. We can deem it an investment, but honestly it doesn't need, I don't need it, but I'm doing it anyway. So with this being said, let's get cracking. So right here we got Mishimoto. So we got, dang it, stop. Mishimoto upper and lower radiator hoses. So these are black silicone with orange because that's their anyways, that's their colors. These are high temp, high performance, high grade. They're specific to my car, an Integra B series. Got these upgrade hose clamps, two. We come over to here, we have some more Mishimoto goods. Okay, so we have dual radiator fans and fan shroud, as you can see. Also Mishimoto dual fans. I think these are 12-inch fans. I got a whole bunch of bolts and screws that fell out the package. I'm gonna read the instructions to make sure, or even see why I need those. Some protectant tape, I'm assuming, for the edges so it doesn't cut into the actual radiator fans. That right there. So procrastinate notice. Like I said in the last vlog, I do procrastinate a lot. I don't have AC in this car. Car didn't come with an AC compressor. I haven't really made any much effort to actually put AC back in this car. But when I got the car, when you turn it on and the fan kicked on, it did make this loud screeching sound for like maybe a minute. Fan still worked, so I didn't do anything about it. Over time, I think I sprayed WD-40 in it once and it like went away. And then after that, it'll do it every once in a while, but if it ain't broke, don't break it. So with that being said, it still does it every once in a while. Every blue moon, it'll come on and start screaming at me. So, but I do want to put these in. This is my second summer with this car. I bought it last February, so I did go through a summer. Didn't do too bad, but I feel like this needs to be done. It's an upgrade to a cleaner engine bay because you get rid of those 2 big ass fans. Wait, do I have 2? Yeah. So you get rid of this fan and you get rid of that fan. Makes it look way cleaner. First thing I need to do is jack up the car, drain the radiator fluid, because I do have, I think I have 50/50 in there, and it's topped off still, which is surprising. So I'm gonna drain that out, try to keep most of it, you know. Take the front bumper off, jack it up, drain most of it, try to keep most of it. I'm gonna replace the radiator hose, take both of the fans off, and replace fans. So let's get cracking. Okay, real quick before we get started, as far as wiring purposes, we have, this is where the AC would be. It's an OEM connector. Like I said, this is Mishimoto. This is DC2 spec. It's supposed to be able to bolt right up, plug right up. This is for the radiator fan. So those connectors are specific to my chassis. And I just found out that wiring this is going to be a breeze, i.e. I wanted both of these to come on at the same time. But here's the thing about this. If I plug them up how they are right now, key on, engine on, all I have to do, because I have no AC compressor as you guys can see, turn the AC on, and this is the power wire, fan comes on. So with that being said, all I would have to do is turn my AC on to get this fan to kick over. Drain plug, open, clean bucket, take your radiator cap off. That's my radiator cap. Take your radiator cap off. In a second, you're gonna snap, snap. There's one back here. This big hose right here, snap, and follow that guy all the way down. And then there's one down there. Clamps off, hose is off. Okay, so before I started this, I did let the car cool off for a while. As you can see, 1, 2 bolts. AC fan sits right in there with the rubber grommet. We come to this side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 bolts takes off the AC fan. The radiator fan. Connector is somewhere down there. And that's how you take that. Be careful taking this out. You don't want to damage any of your fins. Yes, I'm still using my stock radiator, so it's not big and aluminum or what have you, but it gets the job done. I've never overheated or anything, so all of the fluid seems to be out. So radiator hose, the upper radiator hose, and as you can see, the thickness, this one's already swelling. Not in one area, but 2 areas. It looks like an anaconda that just ate its meal. And this is Slim Thick with his cute ass. So these are going in, this is coming out. This hose doesn't seem to have any swelling or anything, so this is still a good hose. But they come in a set of 2, upper and lower, so I'm replacing both of them. So now what we're gonna do is take this double-sided cushion tape or what have you. This is gonna surround your edges just to make sure that this doesn't damage your fins or your radiator. So we're gonna lace this up around here. So in that little roll, they send plenty. Basically, just applying. Every corner is covered. Make sure you press it down like such. Make sure it's a good connection, and this is ready for install. So both fans are in, wired up. Only additional thing I had to do was zip tie these connectors, the wires, basically so they stay out the way. They came with bolts, locking washers and washers, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already tested it. Both fans turned on. This fan right now is wired bypass, so I can test it. That fan comes on with the AC. So that install is done. That install is good. Done and done. Done and done. So I ran into my first problem. These are way bigger than these. I measured, I read the hose was like 1.5 inches in diameter, and then these were supposed to be 1.5 inches in diameter, which I'm not gonna doubt that they are. They just don't fit, or they don't squeeze tight enough. So unfortunately I gotta go back to these. Not happy about that. Little disappointed about these nice radiator hoses, kind of ugly clamps. There's nothing wrong with these clamps, don't get me wrong. It just sucks sometimes. You crimp them and then it snaps and it comes over here and it's in a hard place to get it. The 2 on the top, it doesn't really matter, but the 2 on the bottom are sometimes a headache. So with this being said, radiator fans installed, radiator hoses installed, nice, clean. Well, now they're dirty, but put the coolant back in, burp the system, run the car, let it burp, put some more in there, let it burp, put some more in there, let it burp, till it's full, and that's it. And as far as these go, I don't know, I'll just put them in the 240 pile and hope that they fit on those radiator hoses. And then that way I got some nice clamps for the 240. So these are gonna get tossed in the 240 pile. Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but I keep dropping everything on this large black sheet. Well, if some of you guys haven't already guessed or read the title, so this is the fuser time or splitter time or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it a splitter. It doesn't flow underneath my bumper too far, so it's not going to be an actual diffuser. It's not going to diffuse the air. It's going to be a splitter, which is basically splitting there. So here's why I said I was upset earlier. I went to the store and got hardware, but I left, or I didn't pick up, something bright enough to write on this piece of black sheet. So I got ABS plastic. It is 3/16 thick. This is a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet that I found locally in Phoenix, so that's great. Or else I would have done this a long time ago. If I knew where to get this, I would have done this a long time ago. But I finally got it, had time to go get it, picked it up. I don't have, okay, so I was upset because I didn't grab water. First thing I was upset about. Second thing is I didn't grab something light enough to actually write on. And then third, I'm missing my skill saw. So, I mean, jigsaw. So it's the one that goes like this and you hold it like this, and it's for tighter, smaller areas like such. But while I was working on the radiator, I figured out that I might as well just use a angle grinder. Is it an angle grinder? Yeah, angle grinder. I'm just gonna use my angle grinder. This should be relatively easy, fast, and I'm pretty sure I won't be able to mess up that much if I use an angle grinder. Worst case scenario, I use my sanders to round out some edges. Other than that, it should be a breeze. I'm doing the same distance around the whole front bumper, so no crazy angles or anything like that. If I don't like it or if I don't think it flows, later on all I have to do is turn the bumper upside down with it on, make a little design and cut the design out, and it's super easy, super simple. Same with you guys. If you want to cut, like say if you guys cut 5 inches, you put it on the bumper, don't like it, you want to cut it down maybe an inch, all you have to do is flip over the bumper, remeasure it, re-angle it, and recut it. Maybe if you want winglets later, because I might want winglets later, all I have to do is flip it upside down, cut where I want the winglets, straight edge, so the winglet can contour to the actual splitter, and then bolt them up, cut them up, cut them up, bolt them up, and that is that. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. I'm going to figure out a jig that I can get the exact angle around the whole bumper, and basically I'm tracing the outside of the bumper. So the splitter is going to contour to the lip-ish part of the bumper. So right here I have my setup that I'm going to be using to make my mark. I have lines right here, pieces of tape, just in case if I move the bumper or anything, I can line the bumper back up. This is also a step that you would want to take. Like I said, measure twice, cut once, and basically what we're going to do is run this along the side like so. And that's going to give us the same distance all the way around the bumper. Don't apply too much pressure trying to move the bumper, just, you know, slide on by. Okay, so take 2. I slid it back just a little bit just to double and make sure that I'm doing the line, there you go, in the correct spot, and there's no hiccups. If I do cut it, I'm for sure 100% positive that it doesn't look wiki wonky, because there's a line right there. Okay, cool, line's right there. I'm glad you guys could see this better on the camera than I can in person, because okay, so this isn't going to be a crazy super big splitter. This is just going to be a nice subtle one, so you know I have it, mostly to protect the bottom of the bumper, but at the same time look good. I might throw some winglets on it later, but as of right now, this is what you're gonna get. not too shabby. What we're gonna do right now is clean up all these, all this little melted areas. Basically just take a sander to it. This area right here needs to be knocked down. I'm not gonna brag, but I think I did a pretty good job. All I see is probably one area that needs to get knocked. Just smooth it around this area. Other than that, everything is just knocking it off. So I'm about to sand this down right now. Probably about an hour, 10 minutes into this already. Like I said, I cut it, sanded the top like this, and then sanded it right here on this facing edge, just so there's a smooth cut and not a raw looking cut. And it's, you know, not gonna hurt you if you, cause this will cut the hell out of you. Trust me, been there, done that. For whoever needs to see it, mount, clamped it, C-clamps, whatever. These are vice grips, so you know they're clamped. My blue tape is in the spot where I had it before, so I know it's in its right spot. All I'm gonna do is bolt it here, 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 here. Same on this side, here, 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 here. So with that being said, bolt time. So the hardware that we're using, this is a metric Allen button head, so you know, it goes through the bottom, it sits real super flush. We're putting a big washer on the top, and then a nylon locking washer so it doesn't back out. Because if this backs out, messes up, gets stuck underneath the car, rips off your bumper, sad, sad days. So pop that in like that. Hold it from the bottom half and then lock this down. Turns out looking like this on the top. On the bottom, it's like this. Close to the splitter, and hopefully so you don't have this hanging down and this gets knocked off. If your car is high enough, this won't get hit and you can still get an Allen in there. Other than that, if you're super low, you're probably gonna lose it. With that being said, you're probably just gonna have to cut this piece off and, you know, start over. So this is all done. Just like that. About to mount it up. Quick before I mount it up, the only reason why this is not longer is because I'm not running splitter mounts, would be those little poles or whatever, what have yous. So this can't be sticking out too far, because if it gets stuck on anything, it's gonna suck it right off. So if it came out to right here, it would be more subjected to actually, say, scraping the ground, getting caught, and flipping up. So when you have somebody who has it way out here, they run splitter poles, tuck it up like that, and probably not get it caught on anything on the ground. Now, mind you, this isn't supposed to be the most aerodynamic or for the aerodynamic reason, but this is effective. It will work. It's just not as radical as some other applications. But mind you, you can do this with anything. This is ABS plastic, which I prefer. You can do this with wood as well as aluminum. Okay, time to put it on. Quick glamour shots. Front splitter, as you can see, done. It's not so, hey, look at me, I'm a race car, and it's not like, hey, I only got this because of the look. It's actually pretty subtle, like, hey, look at me, I'm here, just letting it be known. Okay, yeah, it's my steeds right here. So with this being said, like, comment, subscribe, ask questions. If I didn't speak on it in the vlog, I will be sure to answer it in the comments below. Ask questions. If you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question. So with that being said, Peace, I'm gone.
The Mechanics.